Hello again. In this video, I'm going to talk about software for writing. You can use traditional pen and paper to write whatever you want to write. Or you can use PC. In order to use PC, you need to have computer, laptop, or tablet, or your phone is sufficient for that. And you should use a specific software inside a PC, inside of the mobile, or anywhere else. As well as you have to choose your style, you have to be original, and you have to be someone who is comfortable with what you are working with, as you were find your voice, you were comfortable with the style of writing, you were comfortable with what word you can use, then you have to be comfortable with the software that you use. There is a lot of option in the market that you can try and see which one is more comfortable for you. There is some of them are most famous than the others. When you go to the internet and search, you see a lot of software. Some of them are free, some of them are not free. The free one, I use Celtics for it is so good for writing a screenplay. When I was in film school, I was using Celtics to use to write my script. It's free and there is no charge, and it work with different subject, different project. I had different project in film school, and I wrote my project with Celtics. And there is another famous one, Scrivener. Most of the people say Scrivener is so good. I specifically haven't worked well with Scrivener. I downloaded on PC and I work with it, but I didn't like it much. I work with Microsoft Document as well because it's so standard, so general. It can fit with every and each project. So you can use Microsoft Document, Microsoft Office. You can use Google Doc as well. Google Doc works like Microsoft Word. Word processor is a good option for writing a script, a screenplay, or whatever you want to write. But my favorite one inside of the free software that I work with is Bibisco and YWriter 5. These two are my favorites because I work with Bibisco, and when I want to write my autobiography, I use Bibisco for that purpose. But normally, generally, I use Microsoft Word for the first draft. But I recently discovered YWriter 5 and FreeWriter as well. These are good options. Also, there is a Focus Writer. You can try that. It's good as well. If you need editor service, you can use Cool Writer, and it helps you with the editor service. Also, there is Scribus and LibreOffice, these are also in the market. But especially if you want to be work with something free, I suggest work with Bibiscope because it's free of charge and it has different different uh, feature that you can use. Although some of the feature of Bibiscope are for premium, if you want to have a full functionality, you have to pay for it. It's the same for Microsoft Word. If you want a full functionality, you have to pay annually or monthly payment for Microsoft Word to use it. But Google Doc is free. It's almost the same as Microsoft Word and you can use it free of charge Google Doc. Also, Caltex is free of charge. These are software, but if you want to specifically go to the certain uh, section, or for example, you only write a script and a screenplay, I suggest you use Celtics. If you want to use only something that is fiction, then I suggest pay a little money to Bibisco and use Bibisco because it's so good for writing a fiction story. And the other software which is in the market, I tried them, I didn't like them at all. There is a lot, but mm, personally, I didn't like any of them. I just name those software that I like and I'm comfortable with working with because you can pay whatever you want. There is expensive software. There is software that don't have a lot of feature that you can use. So if you want to be in the comfortable atmosphere, you have to use something that you are comfortable with. If you're comfortable with pen and paper, go ahead and do it. No charge for you can buy pen for very cheap price and you can buy paper and write it. If you don't like it, you can throw it away. But for someone like me who is tech savvy, then I need to use PC. And then I can rewrite and copy edit and everything in my PC. So if you're like me, I suggest you use one of these software. But if you don't like or you are not tech savvy, so you can use pen and paper or you can use a notebook. As you get in habit of writing, you should have a notebook with yourself. Get your ideas in the notebook. So you can have a notebook especially for your script and write it, or you can have a notebook for note and have a binder with a lot of paper for your script that you can replace it, you can throw it away, you can add, and you can do whatever you want. That was the writing software, and with this video, I hope you get a lot in this series of Writing 101. You get the foundation of writing element. So, in future videos, I talk about different things about how to write a novel, how to write nonfiction, how to write a screenplay, and these are a specific section that I'm going to talk about it in next courses. I see you in next